Welcome students. In this video we will see the abolition of slavery, the revolution and everyday life and Napoleon Bonaparte. So let's start. The abolition of slavery. The most revolutionary and social reform of the Jacobin regime was the abolition of slavery in the French colonies. How it happened? In the Caribbean, it is actually the unwillingness of Europeans. They didn't want to go and work in the colonies. These colonies actually they were the important suppliers of commodities like tobacco, indigo, sugar and coffee. And this unwillingness it created a shortage of labor on the plantations. Thus, this led to the beginning of the slave trade in the 17th century. The merchants from France they sailed from their country to the African coast where they bought slaves from the local chieftains, that is the owners of the tribes that we called Sardar. So the chieftains or the leaders of the local tribes they used to sell the slaves, sell their person, the people as slave, and it was this slave trade that began with the French merchants and the local chieftains of the African coast. These slaves they were branded and they were shackled. These slaves they were packed very tightly into the ships for 3 month long voyage that is the sea journey. When the journey is made by ships through sea, that is called voyage. So these it took around 3 to 4 months for these slaves to reach the Caribbean by crossing the Atlantic Ocean. It was a very long route. So these slaves they were shackled, they were branded. That means by branding means the person who has purchased them, who is their owner, he used to keep a seal or a symbol of his representation on the slave to avoid the mixing of the slaves. So the slaves they were branded, they were shackled, that is tied into chains, and they were packed tightly into the ships for 3 to 4 month long voyage across the Atlantic to reach ultimately to the Caribbean colonies. These slaves they were then employed in the plantation, and the plantation owners they used to purchase them, and again their exploitation started because the exploitation of slave labor it made it possible to meet the growing demand in European markets for sugar, coffee and indigo. How? The slave workers they used to work for 17 to 18 hours long duration in the fields, in the estate, so that more and more area can be taken into cultivation and the demand to meet the increasing demand. Thus it increased the productivity and the demand was fulfilled. But the port cities like Bordeaux and Nantes they owed their economic prosperity to the flourishing slave trade. All this was going on, but at the same time, in the National Assembly, long debates for whether the rights of men should be extended to all French subjects, including those in the colonies, or not. Means the slaves they should be given the rights of man or not. This debate was going on for a long time in the National Assembly, but it all went into vain. No such laws were passed. And why it happened? Because the big businessmen who were actually funding the executives or who were actually funding the members of the legislative councils, the members they feared that they it will angry them and they will be deprived of their income. Also the businessmen, it was the opposition from businessmen, and the businessmen they were actually earning from the flourishing slave trade. So the assembly was not able to pass any laws because of the resentment and reluctance of the legislative council members, as they were being supported by these businessmen. During the Jacobin regime in 1794, the slave trade was abolished. Jacobin regime, that is when the government was formed under the leadership of Maximilien Robespierre. He abolished the slave trade in 1794, and the convention it legislated, and in the legislative council it is stated that all slaves are free and the French overseas possessions will no longer be imposed on them. But it was a short term measure, as when Napoleon he rose to power, he reintroduced slavery, and plantation owners understood that the right on slave and right to slave African Negroes is in pursuit of their economic interest. But finally, in 1848, that is in 1804, it was restarted by Napoleon. But finally, in 1848, slavery was totally and completely abolished and banned in the French colonies. Now we will see how this revolution, the French Revolution, it brought about changes in the habits, daily life habits of the people. That is, the people, what sort of clothes they used to wear, the language they spoke, or the books they read. Let us see. After the storming of Bastille in the summers of 1789, the censorship was abolished. Censorship, that is, every article whatever you wish to write or publish, it needs to be passed and shown to the administration. Then if after the approval of administration you can print it, otherwise without approval of the administration it will be considered as a crime and you can be punished. So this was censorship. It was totally abolished after the storming of the Bastille in April 1789. Then the rights of man and citizenship, it was proclaimed, and it proclaimed the freedom of speech and expression, that you are free to speak whatever you want but without hurting others, and the freedom of expression, you can express, you can laugh in public, you can show your sorrows, you can show your griefs, and you can get your grievances redressed. So this freedom of expression was considered, and it was proclaimed that it is a natural right of humans. So this declaration of rights of man was given. With the abolition of censorship, newspapers, pamphlets, books, and printed pictures, they were found flooding the towns of France, and from France they traveled rapidly into the countryside, and the events were described and discussed that were taking place, and that were actually taking place to change the France. The plays, songs, festival processions, they attracted large number of people, which was a way that the people at the countryside they can grasp and identify the ideas of liberty or justice. So this was all that led and that imparted to the everyday life, that was imparted to the everyday life with the French Revolution. Now we will see how Napoleon Bonaparte, as we have discussed earlier, it was the clash between the directory members, executives of directory, and the members of legislative council that created a sort of political instability after the reign of terror when the directory was created. So in 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte, he crowned himself the Emperor of France, and he conquered many neighboring countries and placed members of his family on the crown in those countries which he has conquered. He saw, that is Napoleon, he saw himself as a modernizer in Europe. He considered that he will modernize the society. He introduced many laws like the protection of private property and uniform system of weights and measures, and he was this measures was supported by the decimal system. Initially, many people they welcomed Napoleon as a liberator who can bring freedom to the people, but with the conquest and with the increasing greediness of Napoleon to conquer the whole world, the same Napoleonic armies which were treated and greeted, they came to be viewed everywhere as an invading force. And Napoleon was finally defeated in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Now, what was the result of French Revolution and how it impacted the world? See, French Revolution, it started with the idea of liberty and justice and the granting of democratic rights. So the ideas of liberty and democratic rights, they were the most important legacy of the French Revolution to the whole world. These ideas they spread from France to the rest of Europe during 19th century, and it resulted in the abolition of the feudal system. Also later on, these ideas they were adopted by Indian revolutionaries, and they also started, like Tipu Sultan and Raja Ram Mohan Roy, they also started creating some feeling, and they fought against the Britishers and their oppressive policies. Thank you. Have a nice day. That's all in this chapter.